Hello YouTube, everyone. How you guys doing? All right, today's is gonna be a housing update for 2024 here in Shining City, Las Vegas, Nevada. All right, guys. So what I've been noticing is I started living here since 2012, and now we are in 2024. The housing situation is completely changing. Okay, so when I moved here, I moved from Los Angeles, and everything was cheaper here. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, I'm talking about like the housing, the rent. I mean, everything was super huge difference. I mean, you just drive 4 hours away, and then you get such a big difference. Of course, the only thing that you have to sacrifice is like the weather. The summer is extremely hot, desert, dry heat. But and then you don't have the ocean, so weather-wise is very different. You got the desert and the California weather. So, but there's a lot of job opportunities and everything. So it was super affordable. But now, what I'm noticing now is it's catching up to almost Los Angeles price. Yes, I'm telling you, it's catching up to LA price. What you get in LA is like some over 100-year-old house. They're asking you like $1 million, like in a ghetto area. Like, I'm telling you, like in a ghetto area, not even nice area. You can check it on Zillow. They want like 900. That was like, oh my goodness, that was like 3-4 years ago. Maybe by now it already went up. But I remember I was around East LA area. I mean, it's not the best area. You hear a lot of gunshots, and it's kind of rough area. But the house is old. I mean, old, but it's kind of 2-story. And they're asking like $1 million. I mean, that's what they sell for. So now over here in Vegas, I mean, these houses are like 10-year or 15-year-old houses, and some of them, I was just checking one house I just came from right now, from the like Centennial area, northwest, kind of nice area, and it's like half acre. And then I was wondering, like, wow, it looks nice. It has a lot of parking in the back, and you can park RVs and toy haulers and I mean anything you like. It has a pool and 2-story. Okay, it's a nice gated area. I wonder, how much just go. So I checked it. The estimate, the Zillow estimate is like 850,000. That's the value right now. What? I mean, at least you get a very nice looking house in a very nice neighborhood for almost the same price what you get asked in Los Angeles for over 100-year-old house, and really like old. So I'm telling you, everything is catching up to Los Angeles, and now they just approved the train to go from Rancho Cucamonga to Las Vegas, which basically cuts down the traffic in like half. You can get there in 2 hours or 2.5 hours. And that's gonna be over by 2027. By then, I'm telling you, even this city is gonna just skyrocket. Everything's gonna skyrocket because it's so easy to go to come from Los Angeles. You don't have to sit in traffic like right now. If you try to leave on Sunday from Vegas to Los Angeles, it's like endless traffic, bumper to bumper. Once you pass some areas. So yeah, I mean, this city has no choice but to just catch up to Los Angeles price eventually. People think, oh, right now it's overinflated, stuff like that, but they're adding so many value to this city. Like so many hotels adding up, many events, stadiums, and I mean they're bringing many attractive things here. So eventually, and then if something, I mean, God forbid, if something happened in California, let's say some kind of earthquake or something, I'm telling you, there's gonna be like a huge influx of people coming to a safer states like this direction, and it's not, it's not that far. So the point of this video is 2024, I think now is the time to buy when it is even slightly cheaper. It's not as cheap as 2012, but still you can get a nice in a nice neighborhood for around 400,000, even 350. I'm telling, for example, the one that I'm recording right now, all the way. You see that house? You see the stop sign? Right in front of that stop sign. That house just sold. It took them 40 days to sell it. It sold for 350. This area is nice, super safe. Yeah, that's all for 350. It took them like 40 days, and somebody moved in. It's not the biggest house. It's just a regular house, 1,200 square foot, 3 bedroom. But I'm telling you, this is gonna change. I mean, this is cheap right now. This is cheap. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera to this house right here. I know the owner. He lives in California. It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house. He bought it in 2008 for 79,000 when it was like the crush time. And he lives in San Jose, and he has a house there, so he just comes here maybe 3-4 times a year. But yeah, I mean, this house is eventually already is like almost $400,000 value right now. Yeah, $400,000, and then give it another 5-10 years, it's a completely different story. So yeah, so anybody thinking that is gonna crash and is gonna be prices will come down like 2008 and 12, to be honest, I thought about it a lot. I don't think so. I don't think so. Even in Africa where I grew up, I mean, it's not even any closer like this kind of clean neighborhoods, super clean, organized. It's not even nowhere close to this. I mean, it's 180-degree opposite than this. But housing has also become, it's ridiculous over there. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's like Manhattan price over there. Manhattan price in Africa, right now, our house went up by like crazy numbers, and then like what people are paying for here, like what's, but hey, that's the housing market like everywhere, like just a lot of people, I guess, just shifting, and population also is growing. It's in the used to be 3 billion in the 70s, and now it's like 6, 7, 8 billion. So it's just nothing is gonna get cheaper. Everything is gonna, just especially housing. So yeah, I think now is the time to buy and secure. Especially here in this town, it's a very influential town. If you go to the strip, you'll be shocked. Just going to one, I went to Venetian, and it's like a city. Venetian itself is like a city. I mean, downstairs in the basement, upstairs. I mean, convention, like the whole world comes here, every year, like 40-50 million people, right? So now they're making it easier and easier to, to transport, and the underground tunnels, the boring company will use Elon Musk, to making transportation easier, and the self-driving vehicles. Yeah, so it's just, you're lucky to get such kind of, your own nice neighbor, they're gonna be building more apartments, and because it's not gonna be enough. So, yeah, right now, to be honest, a house rent is almost the same like apartment rent. So, it's just, yeah. So let's not waste any time. And if you decide to buy, if you can't get approved, I heard, if you make $5,000 a month, if you can show that kind of income, $5,000 net income after expenses, you can get qualified for up to $400,000 home. Yeah, so 5,000. If two, a husband and wife, work, if each of them even they make like as low as 2,500 a month, it's easy for one household to make 5,000. So now is the time to secure at least some house. I lost big opportunity when around 2015, when houses were around 200,000, but I didn't quite understand the value of buying, so I ended up going to rental. And at the time I had a job W2 kind of job, but and then I quit that and I became self-employed, and then I started doing a lot of tax deduction. And every year my tax return is very low. Of course, you get a lot of tax return, but at the end it affects your mortgage application. So that's what I learned from my mistakes. So I'm kind of changing that, and just be ready to hold something, yeah. So that house I was telling you about, they bought it in 2017, around 400,000. 2017 450 or something. Now it's estimated 850 or something. 2017 2024. That's how much it's just skyrocketing. You think 2017 450 is like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. But this housing is tricky. Every year that's the only thing that doesn't depreciate. So hope this helps anybody. Of course, a lot of people on YouTube are saying don't buy, it's gonna come down and this and that, but they just, I don't blame them. They're hoping, they're hoping that this crazy price, people cannot afford to pay this ridiculous price, compared to the people's income, so it has to come down, according to data and everything. Of course, maybe they might be talking about something for other states, but not for every state, especially Vegas, so they might just keep you holding back, this and that, but they're just hoping, they're hoping, but hope is, reality is what matters, it's not just hoping and but of course, if you buy the house, make sure that the rental value is the same as your mortgage. Your mortgage, that's the criteria. Whatever your mortgage is, can you rent it out for that amount? If it's kind of similar price, you're safe. You can buy that, and then if you don't want to live in it, you can rent it, and at least that will pay for your mortgage. Yeah. So I hope this helps anybody that's searching for a house or preparing for a house. All right, you guys stay safe. Ciao.